Alright, hello there everybody. Ugly Mug with you once again. I'm in the car. I'm going to be doing a video from here today. Got a couple things I want to talk about. For starters, I'm on my way out to Old Town. And Old Town is a local venue here in the Orlando area. They hold car shows every Friday and Saturday. And on Fridays they do the muscle cars. And on Saturdays, they do the classics. And it generally runs from 3 o'clock to about 9 or 10 at night. You can stay a bit longer if you like. But anyway, from there, about, I'd say quarterly, they do a show where they bring the muscle cars and the classic cars together. And they do a really big show. It usually starts around 1 o'clock and they'll go into the night. So that's what I'm on my way out to this time. But before we do that, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. I'll try to keep the emotion out of it, but there are a few different positions that people could take on this one, and I don't like either one. But you might have heard, or maybe you haven't heard, about the new Z06 coming out. What they've decided to do was, they call themselves fighting the whole flipping thing. They don't want to see the Z06 as being flipped. So what they've announced recently was that any car that gets sold within 12 months of the original purchase, they will not cover warranty for those vehicles. Now, there are a couple of dynamics to this, and the first one really hits home, because you may have an innocent buyer who's buying this new car secondhand, and they may be completely oblivious to what's going on regarding the decision that GM has made. And then when they have a warranty item, they take their car in, the hammer comes down on them from the dealership stating that, well, this car was flipped and we cannot or will not honor your warranty. So that puts an innocent buyer in a really bad position. And they're not going to look at the flipper, they're going to look at GM, they're going to look at Chevy. And it's not going to go over well. And in the meantime, this person that flips the vehicle is fat and happy because he made this really big profit. Now, the only way that this is going to work is if every prospective secondhand buyer from a flipper knows that GM has made this decision. And I think GM's strategy is that, got a car coming here, gotta make sure I concentrate on the road. What that's going to do is, if the buyer knows this, it's going to discourage them from making that purchase. So now, is this really going to discourage them from buying the vehicle? I think so. But the main intent is to keep the person who's buying the vehicle. I think I might have said that incorrectly earlier on. But I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to discourage the people who want to flip these vehicles. They want to keep them from doing that because it only works if the buyer knows it. And so the person that's making this flip, if you will, they're going to have to count on the buyer not knowing. And I would hope that most people that are in the market for a Z06, with all the information that's out there today and how readily available it is, my hopes are that they would know that. And if they knew it, you wouldn't see a lot of these sales happen, and then you have the person that's trying to flip the vehicle stuck with it. That's what they're counting on, but I'm not really sure how many of these buyers are going to really know that this is going to happen. I think there are going to be a few that are caught by surprise, because you may have some people that want to buy this Z06 and they just want to have one. They may not know a lot about the Corvette, they just might want to have it. Strictly out of a desire to have one. I think that's more the exception than the norm. I think most people that are in the market for a Z06 are going to be passionate about the Z06. They're going to be passionate about Corvette. So, you know, with that, you can see all the moving parts with this. And then you have the legal ramifications. If you do have a person that takes their car in, again, if you have that buyer of a flipped vehicle, if they come in for service and they get told that they're not going to get their warranty covered, I could imagine them going to a lawyer and saying, hey, you know, we have a problem here. There was no way for me to know, and I'm an innocent bystander, but I'm the one paying the penalty. So again, that only works if the buyer doesn't know it. The person that flips the vehicle is going to know it, because when they make that purchase from the dealer, there's going to be some paperwork. This information will be disclosed, and they will have to acknowledge it, you know, with a signature. So they're going to know that they cannot flip this vehicle within 12 months. Well, they can, but they're going to know that the buyer's not going to have their warranty covered. So they're left hoping. They're going to have to look for buyers that don't know. And that's a gamble. So do they want to make that purchase? You know, how widespread is that information going to be? How many of these prospective buyers of these flipped vehicles are going to actually know? That's a big question. So I think there's more that's going to happen with this. I think this whole saga is not finished. I think there's a lot more that's going to happen between now and then. Even if it's during that first year, I just don't see this thing happening the way this. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this whole thing goes to court. Someone fighting GM, since they're actually trying to do this, and they're requiring their buyers to sign this paperwork that says that, you know, you won't flip. If, you know what I'm talking about, flipping the vehicle and the warranty thing. You may have them fighting GM, saying that, hey, you know, that's not fair. You know, this is a free market. Now here comes another argument. This is a free market. This is free enterprise. It's based on supply and demand, and based on the high demand of this vehicle, people are willing to pay a lot of money for it. So, you know, that's another side of the argument. You know, where do I stand with it personally? I don't like the fact that GM is doing this. I like the fact that they're trying to discourage the vehicle being flipped. I do agree with that, but the method, I don't agree with. I don't think it's fair, because you're going to find innocent parties paying the penalty for this, and that's not good for customer service. We all know at the end of the day that the company, the corporation, the dealers, they don't have the customer in mind. All they want to do is make money. So anytime they talk about doing it for the customer, it's all about doing it for themselves. It's about the bottom line, and it's all about money. We all know that. So that takes me to another subject I'd like to talk about, but I'm not going to talk about it here. When I get the car parked and I'm outside of the vehicle, I will go ahead and talk about that with you. Now, this is another situation. This is something that GM did that kind of pissed me off. It's not going to affect me directly, but we'll get to that. We will get to that, believe me. And then maybe you can make the call. I personally feel that everyone is going to take the same position on this one. It's going to be basically the company, and then there's going to be everybody else, the consumer. All right, so back to Old Town. I'm on my way to Old Town, and I'm going to meet about maybe 5 or 6 other guys there, and we're going to go ahead and go in together so we can park our Corvettes together. And this should be a nice event, because it's on a Saturday. The weather is good. We're in Florida, and for those of you who are outside of Florida, well, you know what I mean when I say we're in Florida. Even though it could be a little bit hot and humid at this time of the year, but you know, that's par for the course. I mean, that's kind of expected. I mean, we're going to have that no matter what. It's going to be nice when the fall gets here, but right now, this is what we have. This is what we do. So when we had the last show in April, you know, that was actually the first of that event that I attended, and it was so funny because, as you might have seen in one of my previous videos, I actually got a second place for Best in Show with regard to the muscle cars. And that was a complete surprise to me. I was really happy, you know, to see that happen. Largely because it was unexpected, but, you know, the reality was, I mean, there are a lot of cars. There are a lot of cars that could have gotten it. So, you know, I was happy that I was one of the 3 that was chosen for the 3 Best in Show. So, but anyway, okay. With that, I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of this drive, concentrate a little bit more on the road, and I will see you when we get there. But I'm almost at Old Town, and there is something I want to mention to you. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. It's been about a month. That was the weight loss video. And I've been really busy with a lot of different things, and I will admit I probably could have gotten something up as far as the video was concerned, but I've been slacking a little bit. That's not good. That's not good for the algorithm. But with that, I'm about to get to 500 subscribers. As you know, this is a small channel. I mean, you know, I don't do videos that often, so I don't expect to have 100,000, you know, subscribers or anything like that. So with that being said, like I mentioned, I'm somewhere around 480, 485, 490, somewhere around there. So I would love it if you could subscribe to my channel, help me get to that 500 subscriber milestone. It's a milestone for me. Again, it's not a whole lot, but it's something. And you know, once we get there, we can start working on the next 500 to get to 1,000. And besides that, I've got some more content I have coming your way. You know, after this video, I've got a couple more things I want to show you. One of which is a small minor mod that I've got on the way, but it's aesthetic, but it really goes a long way. And I've seen this particular mod on someone else's car about a year ago, and I didn't really make it much of a priority to get it done, but I suddenly saw the particular mod, you know, at a pretty good price, so I had to jump on it. So I should have that in about a week. And then from that point, I'll go ahead and take you on a ride with me in getting it installed. And again, so we can show you what I'm doing, show you what Ugly Mug is doing to his C8 Corvette. And like I said, I'm almost at Old Town, so like I said earlier, I'll see you when I get there. It looks like we're here at Old Town. It looks like they may be letting cars in already. I'm not really sure, which means that I'm not going to wait at that little spot. I might just go ahead and go in. Let's just see what's going on first. Cars are sitting still. What's up, Johnny? Hey, buddy. I thought it was gonna be 12 o'clock. Huh? I thought it was 12. But you know what, man? They're letting cars go, man. I think it's a good move to just go ahead and go in, man. Just get in line and go. Yeah. Are they still gonna let them in? Are they still gonna open up the doors? They're
supposed to, like, if they have a lot of traffic, they open before.
Okay.
Before 1.
Okay.
I call what's the name?
You talking about Arnold?
The black Corvette.
Arnold, yeah. Arnold.
I called Naldi. He said he's coming.
Okay, yeah, I got another guy coming too. I'm just gonna tell him to go ahead and get in line.
If I'm waiting, you know, all the way down here, they have so many cars. They're gonna take the space.
Right. Yeah.
Because the first
right.
space,
Exactly, man.
Take it.
Yeah, I think with all this, man, we just need to go ahead and get in line. Okay. Thank you. Okay, appreciate it, Johnny. Thanks, man. Yeah, I got another call to let this guy know. I got the admirers already, man. Check it out, yo. Okay. I got a call to make you. Yeah. Yeah, that's my channel. I'm Ugly Mug. Check it out. All right, buddy. See you here.
All right, thank you, man. All right.
Anytime. See you. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. All right, we're here at Old Town. Sorry for all the interruption. Okay. Yeah, it looks like they got a lot of cars lined up here. So where we were gonna meet is not gonna happen. In fact, it looks like a couple of those guys are here already and they got in line. So I went and joined the line myself, and hopefully they'll let people in before 1. Because right now it's only like 5 of 12, something like that. So I'll keep my fingers crossed. I'm blocking the handicap space right now, man. So we'll have to work our way through that. That happens sometimes. I mean, we do this every week. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so, but anyway, yeah. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna hit the stop button in a minute, and I'll catch up with you in a few. We'll do that little, what do you call that? That little time lapse thing. So I made it out here. Got a couple of the fellas together already. They're going to be causing a little bit of trouble today. First partner in crime, we got Julio right here. What's up, Julio?
What's going on, brother?
Yo, Arnold.
We are ready
Say hi.
for the event. Hey.
Big Dave.
Yes, sir.
My man.
Yeah, man.
And
how you doing, brother?
last but not least,
Puerto Rican power.
Johnny.
Johnny the
I'm
man.
ready.
You're
I'm
empty.
ready.
You're empty-handed, man. Yo, what's up with that,
I'm
yo?
thirsty.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, we can tell. We're gonna have to take care of that when we get inside. No doubt. No doubt. Okay.
But
All
I'm
right.
here.
Cool, man. Okay, we're gonna make our way inside in about 45 minutes or so. We'll see you there. All right. As you can see in the back of my car here, you can see the tag. Behind the tag, there's a keyhole where you can take the key fob and you can take the key out. I'll show you in a second here. Let me get it out. That's the key fob right there. It comes out of this. Okay. So when you take the plate off, you see a keyhole where it'll allow you to open the hatch. And that's one of 3 methods to open up the hatch. But it's the only one that's manual, that doesn't require electricity. The other 2 are, there's a soft pad here that you can hit, and when you push that in, it pops it open. And then the 3rd method is using the key fob itself. Well, this is what GM decided to do for the 2023 Corvettes. They've decided that they're going to no longer allow you to use a key to get in manually. So when you take the tag off, you're just going to have a circle there, and I'll show that to you in a minute. In fact, I'll go ahead and put it on the upper right-hand corner for you so you can see what it looks like. But when you have that little area there, you're going to have to use a 3-inch drill that's going to drill a 3-inch hole through the car body in order to get to the linkage that'll allow you to open it manually. And GM has acknowledged this. They've acknowledged that yes, you're going to have to damage the body in order to get this. Oh, we're moving. Be right back. Okay, so we're ready to talk about this area here. I had to record the rest of this away from Old Town because we had a lot of music playing in the background, and I really didn't want to get any copyright strikes. So I decided to do the audio away from Old Town and basically discuss the remainder of this issue with you this way. So as you can see a close-up of this area here, and inside that square is where the keyhole is. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to drill a larger hole and basically cut away some of that body material. Now I'm not sure if you're going to be having to drill it inside the square, or if you're going to have to actually drill around the square and remove that whole piece of metal there. I'm not really sure, but either way you're going to be damaging the vehicle to get it done. I don't know why GM decided to do this, but you know, like I mentioned earlier, I truly believe that we all agree that this is not a good thing, and it's basically the consumer's opinion versus GM. I'm hoping that they change their position on this, because I would not like to see any 2023 models or later, you know, have to be handled this way. Now, for those of you who may wonder if the remainder of the access points are going to do the same thing, so far, no, I've not heard anything in particular. I know inside the left side scoop, there's a keyhole there that'll get you into the driver door, and there's actually by the brake pedal, there's a cable that you use, and you pull on it to open the front trunk. So those 2 manual methods are going to be remaining, and I'm hoping that they continue to, and I'm hoping that they'll reconsider what they're going to be doing with these 2023s. Now, my understanding is they're already in production, so I guess the decision's been made, and this is really unfortunate, because this is definitely a step in the wrong direction. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about that. Looks like we're gonna get ready for the cruise. It's almost 8:30. Everybody's putting their chairs away. And it's starting to get a little bit dark out. It looks light on this video, but it's actually getting dark. And I'll say we're about 10 minutes away. So everybody's gonna start getting in their cars. They'll guide us out and we'll get started. And I'll see you at the cruise. I remember you. Well, we've made it to the end of our video. I hope you really liked it, and if you did, please hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber yet, please hit the subscribe button. Now know this also, earlier in the video I mentioned I was somewhere around 488 subscribers, and I'm really close to 500. So at the time of this editing, I'm at around 497 if I'm not mistaken. So it's not going to take a lot to get me to 500. So please help me get to 500 by subscribing. I truly appreciate it. And then I can get started on working on the next 500. And hit the bell to be reminded of upcoming videos. And also leave a comment on any of the subjects I talked about. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've been to Old Town. Let me know if you know anything more with regard to this warranty thing. And then also the keyhole with regard to opening a hatch. So until then, this is Ugly Mug signing out. And I'll see you again soon.